You ever look at someone and realize they don't actually see you? Not the real you, not the person beneath the skin, the soul beneath the smile. No, they see a target, a mirror, a stepping stone, a threat. And all of it has nothing to do with you. Everything they feel, hate, envy, superiority, condescension, it all comes from one place. Their ego. People hurt me with their ego. Not because they were powerful, not because I was weak, but because their pride demanded blood, and I was the nearest pulse. Funny, isn't it? How someone else's insecurity can become your pain. How their need to feel important means they have to make you feel small. That's not strength. That's fear dressed in a suit. That's cowardice with a crown. They come at you with words dipped in venom, fake smiles stapled to their faces, and they tell you they care. But look closer. Their compliments are sharp. Their silence is punishment. Their approval, a leash. And the moment you stop feeding their ego, the mask drops. And you finally see the monster hiding behind the smile. People don't destroy you with fists anymore. They do it with silence, with distance, with passive aggression wrapped in pretty words like, "I'm just being honest," or "I thought you could handle the truth." They claim they're just confident. Confidence doesn't need to prove itself by breaking others. That's not confidence. That's ego, and it's the loudest liar in the room. I've been hurt by people who thought they were better than me, smarter, stronger, more important. I watched them talk over me, walk past me, throw me under buses I didn't even see coming. And I took it. Not because I couldn't fight back, but because I wanted to see how far they'd go, how twisted their self-importance could become, how far a bloated ego could float before it finally exploded. They underestimated me. That was their first mistake, because I wasn't playing the same game. See, they were chasing power, validation, applause. I was chasing something else. Truth. I didn't need to be seen, I needed to see. And once I truly saw them, their arrogance, their need for control, their desperation for attention, I knew I had already won. They were loud, but I was listening. They were performing. I was watching. They were pretending, and I was preparing. You want to know why people with big egos hurt others? Because the higher they see themselves, the more they need to step on something to stay elevated. And if you happen to be the one beneath their foot, oh well, to them, you're not a person, a pedestal. They need to be admired, worshipped, obeyed. And when you don't feed them the praise they think they deserve, you become a threat, an enemy. Suddenly you're disrespectful, ungrateful, toxic. Isn't it wild, the way their ego rewrites reality just to protect itself? They called me the problem. They labeled me difficult, bitter, broken. But I wasn't the problem. I was just the mirror. And when people with ego look in a real mirror, they don't see reflection. They see rejection. So they smash it. And then they blame the shards for bleeding. People hurt me with their ego. But every time they did, I grew colder, sharper, more aware. I stopped giving explanations. I stopped trying to prove my worth. I stopped asking, why would they treat me like that? And started asking, why did I let them? See, when someone's ego is big enough, they'll rewrite every memory to make themselves the hero, even if they were the villain. And you're just another character they used to feel good about themselves. But here's the catch. I'm not a background character. I'm not some disposable name in their story. I'm the plot twist, the one they didn't see coming. They thought I'd stay broken. They thought I'd beg. They thought my silence meant surrender. But silence, oh, It's never surrender. It's strategy. It's the sound of someone sharpening their smile into a weapon. It's the calm before the rise. They fed me pain, but I digested it into power. They served me betrayal, and I cooked it into resilience. They tried to bury me under the weight of their self-importance, but I learned how to breathe in the dark. And now, I don't need their validation. I don't need their approval. I don't even need their apology, because I saw what's behind the ego, and it's pathetic. A person so afraid of being nothing that they treat everyone else like nothing. A person so desperate to feel big that they belittle anyone who dares to be real. A person who talks more than they listen, brags more than they reflect, and controls more than they care. That's not a king. That's a coward with a crown of glass. And you know what glass does? It shatters. So I stopped letting their ego define me. I stopped reacting to their games. I stopped bleeding for people who wouldn't even hand me a bandage. Because you don't heal around egos. You shrink. You suffocate. You disappear. Now, I rise in silence. I succeed without their applause. I smile without their permission. And I watch. I watch as their ego isolates them, ruins them, exposes them. Because the thing about ego is it always writes checks it can't cash. People hurt me with their ego, but I owe them thanks. Because in trying to destroy me, they revealed who they really were and who I really am. I'm not the broken one. I'm the rebuilt one. I'm not the villain they painted me as. I'm the survivor of their arrogance, the product of their poison, and still I smile. Not because it didn't hurt. Oh, it did. But because I turned that hurt into armor. And now, every time they try to get close with their polished words and manipulative charm, I see it. I see the script before they speak. I know the game before they play it. And I laugh. Because you can't fool someone who's been through hell and took notes. Let them call you cold. Let them call you heartless. You're damn right you did. Because when people treat you like nothing, your only real revenge is becoming everything without them. And the best part? They'll still blame you. Because ego never takes responsibility. Ego never says sorry. Ego never learns. It just spins stories, plays victim, and finds new people to drain. Let them float in their fantasy. You stay grounded in reality, in truth, in silence that roars louder than their noise. They just don't know it yet. So let them keep their thrones of lies. Let them keep their fake crowns. You've turned pain into purpose, rejection into redirection. And every scar they gave you, a reminder that you're still standing, still breathing, still dangerous. But you see it. You've seen it all. And that, my friend, is your power. And one day, when their ego finally eats them alive, I'll still be standing, smiling, unbreakable, unapologetic, and free